Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to give you the best bet story for UFC 314, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. If you're looking for full card breakdowns and predictions for every fight on the card, go back and watch our previous video. This is strictly from a financial point of view, spots we're looking to hit. We're going to talk about the money lines, then the underdogs, then the props, then the parlays. To be honest, this is similar to the last card in that a lot of underdogs, a lot of props. Not a great parlay card. I mean, it's going to be risky. You're going to be playing a lot of dogs and not a lot of favorite money lines because most of the money lines we're interested are probably going to be underdogs, or at least mine are. But with that said, let's get right into it. As far as favorites go, is we'll go one for one here. Any favorite money lines you like?
Berna minus 150. Not
Okay.
bad.
I like Woodson minus 170. I feel like he's pretty good at that value. It was better earlier in the week. Obviously, he started as a pick 'em, but even at 170, I don't think it's too late. I don't think you've missed the boat on that one yet. Any others you like?
Well, it was a weird one. Silva's minus 250 now. Uh, he's going down because there's a lot of Bryce love. I mean, I personally still think he wins, but at minus 250 might as well take the KO because I don't think he'll be the minute winner here.
Okay. And then my last money line for a favorite would be I know he's not really trustworthy, but I do like Mikhail Oleksiejczuk in the spot. I do think he's pretty safe against Dumas. Barring getting submitted, I think he wins that fight. So minus 188. I don't think it's too bad. I actually have him on a few tickets. That's it for my favorites. Any favorites are you done on those or what?
Well, there's two fights at the end of the card. Excuse me. The Patty fight and the Chandler fight, both sides, whatever side you're on, those are pretty good odds, either way. And the Volk and the Lopes fight, whatever side you're on, I think you can go both ways on that. Odds are fair on both guys, favorites or not. So I don't want to tell whatever side you're on. Those are good fights to target.
All right, let's go one for one on the underdogs. Underdogs, you just brought up the main event. I do like the dog in that spot. I like Lopez at plus 110. He was better earlier, but I'm still going to be on Diego Lopez. Obviously, Volkanovski can absolutely win that fight. He is probably the more technical striker. So I think a Volkanovski decision is definitely on that table. If he can make it to round three or farther, he's good. But I am going to be playing the young kid here. I'm going to be playing Lopez. What's your dog? What do you like?
I already put a bet on Elkins. I got him at plus 300. Yeah, that's one of my dogs. I got
All
lots
right.
of dogs.
Raposo plus 150.
Yep, I got that. I got Reyes at plus 162.
Yep. Pitbull plus 170. Not the most confident pick whatsoever, but I think if he uses his grappling, there is a path to victory by grappling, I believe. What do you think?
Pitbull was on my list too. And last one I got is Chandler. I think he has a shot in this fight as well.
Yeah, even though I did pick Patty in the picks video earlier in the week, and I'm sticking with that pick, I do agree there is value on Chandler for sure, and even Shonan Yan. I mean, listen, Verna Van Jandiroba, is probably going to take her down early and often, and possibly submit her. But if she doesn't, Yan is one of the few women that possess power in her hands. She can win that fight. I mean, maybe the knockout prop's better on her, to be honest. If she wins, she probably floors Verna. But either way, I like Shona Yan. I think I wouldn't blame someone for picking her at underdog odds. I don't think it's a terrible pick by any means. Um, let's get into the props.
I got us a juicy one here. Mitch Raposo plus 750 for the sub. 6 of 7 losses for Sumadarji have been by sub. I mean, there's worse spots than taking a shot at plus 750 on a sub for Mitch Raposo.
So that was actually at the top of my props list. And also, if you want to play it safer, like if you're putting like the plus 750, I would absolutely bet that with a small bet for sure. And I think that is probably his win condition. But even just inside the distance, if you plan on going bigger, plus 375, not as much juice, obviously. But if you're placing like a big bet, and you don't want to get you want to give yourself a better chance of winning inside the distance plus 375. He could win with ground and pound. I mean, he is a wrestler. It's definitely another safer Raposo prop for sure. What else you got?
Miller KO plus 1400. I just think that number is huge. It's his win condition, and Chase has been knocked out before.
For sure. Other side of that fight is Hooper inside the distance minus 145. It sucks you're not even getting plus money on it, but I think the general consensus is that he will probably finish Jim Miller.
It is what it is. Uh,
Next,
Berna sub plus 250. Reyes KO plus 400. Silva KO plus 110. Pitbull decision plus 400. I like that one kind of because that's sort of his win condition, right?
yep, yep.
And there's a fight. So these are just juicy odds, and I was looking at it. Fight to go the decision for Chandler and Patty plus 330. Patty decisions plus 900, and the Chandler decisions plus 550. I know it's a 5 round fight, but I know Chandler's shown durability and cardio. He slows down, but he survives. And Patty has shown a good chin, and if this stays a kickboxing match, that has a very good chance to actually make it all the way to the end there. Volk decision, like you said before, plus 210. And Lopes inside the distance, plus 170, like you said before, as well. But that Lopes KO is looking good at plus 300 because I don't know if Volk can actually get fucking submitted.
I mean, Lopes has a dangerous guard and dangerous ground game. I agree with you. Volks, obviously, you didn't even tap to Ortega when he was in pretty deep. For the Lopez one, I like him under 3.5 at plus 240. It covers the submission or the knockout, and under 3.5. I mean, feels like if Lopes is going to win, it's probably under 2.5, but the 3.5 gives you lots of time. Plus 240 covers both the submission and the knockout. That's going to be my big bet for this card. It's going to be a big piece of mine. So I'm hoping, obviously, Lopes comes through under 3.5. I've also just got a couple here I'll go over really quickly. I got the Yan KO at plus 600. Again, I think Verna subs her at plus 250, but I think if she doesn't get her down and fairly quickly, Yan does have knockout power. So that might be like just a small sprinkle. Yan KO plus 600. The Woodson KO. I know Ige has a granite chin. I know what everyone's going to say. You can't knock Dan Ige out. Man, Woodson's got a different range, a different length, professional boxing hands. He's starting to really come into his own. I think the Woodson KO at plus 550 is tempting me. Would not be a big piece, but just again a little splash. The Mitchell sub plus 600. Patty decision, you already covered it, plus 900. And Patty's been talking a lot that he doesn't want to grapple this fight, that he wants to knock Chandler out. I know that sounds silly and all that, but number one, Chandler is kind of chinny, and number two, these Patty fights, like they always feel like something's in the air. They feel a little greasy. You never like talking about that like that. You don't want to be wearing the tinfoil hat and saying it's a rigged fight or something like that. But it's just a fishy fight. So that Patty KO even at plus 240, it's not enough juice for me. But I don't know. I think it's going to be a striking match. I don't think there's going to be a ton of grappling in it, to be honest. Those are the last of the props that I see. Anything you didn't cover? Or
There's a couple of round lines that I like. The Raposo fight not to go the distance is still plus money at plus 115. I think he's going to get finished or Sue gets finished because that's the way those fights go. The Dumas fight to go the distance is plus 165. If he doesn't get finished, he's going to just rag and hold down McCall. And it could go long too, right? Miller to go to distance. If I don't think if he doesn't knock out Chase, I don't know if he subs him. It could go that way, but that one's a little dicey. Verna not to go the distance plus 125. I know she gets knocked out or she subs the girl. I don't know, or she stays on top. Well, the stay on top part, I'm not too sure. Yari to go the distance. Minus 150 with Pitbull. Pitbull's a tough character. I don't know if Yari knocks him out. Minus 150 seems fair to go the distance with those two guys. And then I talked about the Chandler one and the Volk one. I mean, if he survives, he survives. That it's still plus money to go the whole way. So, I don't think he's taken out Lopes. It's the Lopes has all the finishing equity in this fight. So, if Volk's going to win this fight, it's going to go the distance, in my opinion.
yeah, yeah. And moving on to the parlays. I feel like the parlays, you shouldn't be making your big bets on this card. Like I have a few parlays that are like 40 for 400 or 30 for something, like they're far fetched because you're playing underdogs. I wouldn't be throwing like a $500 parlay here. I think your big bet should be a single prop and play those props big. For the parlays, they're more, dare I call them YOLOs. Like you got to add a couple dogs or whatever and make them crazy and just don't go crazy on them. That's how I'm going to be playing them at least. My first parlay, I've bet it's 48.50 for 400, and it's Mikhail Olegzajak, who I think wins pretty handily. It's Woodson, who I think wins pretty handily, and those are both money lines. Plus Lopez under 3.5. So Mikhail, Woodson to win, Lopez under 3.5. 48.50 pays 402 back. I like that one. I mean, the Lopez one is probably the riskiest of the three, to be honest. What's your first parlay?
I got Verna, Silva, John Silva, and Sean Woodson. Uh, Measly plus 270, but I feel like it's a safer option. less risky. Could definitely make more risky parlays. I was messing around with it earlier, but that's how we lose. I can show you slips of how many one shot parlays I've lost over the last 6 months. It's, you make your money on the singles. I don't really like parlaying underdogs, to be quite honest with you. I just rather make a bigger bet on an underdog and win my money that way.
You're 100% right. The only reason we even really put these parlays out there is because, people seem to love them. People just seem to fall for the parlay bet. Oh, let's go with the four legger. It's going to 10 times our money. Yeah, they're fun and you'll hit them every once in a while and feel like amazing, but you'll lose a bunch. Like if you want to win money routinely gambling, you're trying to make a living out of being a gambler, singles, man. Singles. Find your spots and hit them hard. Parlays are always a risk. They're playing Russian roulette, but we put them out there for you anyways. Another little prop parlay I like is Lopez under 3.5 again, and Woodson KO. I know, risky. Ige's got an iron chin, but those two they're paying over 20 to 1. So even $10 gives you 220. So $10 on Lopez under 3.5 and a Woodson knockout gives you $220 in your pocket. I'm definitely going to play that. And then a really far fetched one I have: Lopez under 3.5, Hooper inside the distance, which I think happens. McCall, which I think wins. Woodson money line, I think wins, and Raposo underdog money line. Honestly, I think all five of those hit. To be honest, obviously it's a 5 leg parlay. One will always screw you, but as individual picks, I do think all five of those hit. And $30 pays over 1,000. $30 pays 1,010. So I'm gonna put $30 on that.
I
You
got
got
how much
anything else?
money? I put this Raposo sub, Lopez KO, Jean Silva KO together earlier this morning, and $20 pays like 1,200, $1,300, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm probably gonna take my shots on, and then just make up my cash back on just single bets.
Yep. 100%. I hear it. All right, guys. You got anything else for you? Any bets you're seeing, or that's it for now?
No, that's it. There's a lot. I think there's a lot of single spots here. Um, that's pretty much it. I'll probably play multiple props on multiple fights, like, you know what I mean? Just
Oh yeah, you get two plus money props, and it seems like it's going to be one or the other. Why not bet them both and just take a small win? Why not?
exactly. Yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna go with this.
And honestly, guys, this is like the card of the dog. Like normally, if you play all the favorites, you're probably going to go up like a small amount. I feel like on this card, you bet all the underdogs, you're probably going to end up up. I mean, we'll see what happens, but it just feels like every underdog is fairly live on this card. It should be a fun one. I'm very excited for it. As always, if there's a prop that we missed or something you see, let us know. I'm always down to bet more. And good luck to everybody, and we'll talk soon. Have a good one.